I am the Highland scribe Cheryl L. Hudson, storyteller. I am about to begin. Are you ready? I am the Highland scribe, scribe to the stones, to the winds, to the bloodlines that walk unseen. Come closer, closer still. You see, the fire's warm, but this tale tonight, well, this tale runs wild. Now, in the year 1747, a man by the name of Joseph Michael Stewart wandered the lush, mist-cloaked glens of Angus. He was a child of many worlds, born beneath the waning moon in a traveller's tent near Braemar, the smoke of the campfire mingling with the breath of the pines. Joseph's mother, Elspeth, was said to have the sight, and she was able to read dreams and read the winds like a scripture. His father, Michael, was man of the soil. Every summer he took his family south into the farmlands of Angus, working the fields by day and mending tools by night. They followed the harvest from glen to glen, then returned north to the stone-bound chill of Aberdeenshire before the first frost would start creeping in. See, life then was simple, honest, and bound by the rhythm of the land. And by the age of 24, Joseph had his father's hands, strong and roughened by his coarse work. But he had his mother's eyes, always searching, always seeing. That spring, as the earth woke from its winter sleep, he travelled alone down the familiar track near a place I'm not going to mention, drawn by tales of an ancient bridge and a waterfall said to be older than the stones themselves. The locals avoid it. They whisper about strange lights and animals going silent. Trees lean inwards like listeners. And the crows, there are thousands of them. And always, always, the watcher of the Caibealith. The Caibealith, they said, was no mere beast. It is a creature born of fire and mourning, when the world wept after the fall of the oldest of trees. As the tree died, the earth took pity upon it and shaped a guardian from root and rock, horn, and a hidden sentinel to protect the sacred places of nature. The trees, the stones, the grass, everything in it living. It did not hurt the innocent. This was no beast nor god. It was something in between. It fed only on the stream's silverfish and the sweet grasses of the glen. But it judged. He always judges. And there were rules, ancient ones, and they are binding. You see, the watcher of the falls, the legend of the Caibealith, speak aloud your name and your wish to enter the glen. Touch not the trees, for their roots are kin to the watcher, and show reverence to the waterfall, for its water carries memories. Break these rules, and the beast would not strike you down. No, it would guide you beyond the veil to the court of the Glens, where your soul would stand trial. Now Joseph, raised with respect in his bones, felt none of the fear that the glen meant to conjure, and as the sun began disappearing behind the hills and the gold light slanted through the trees, he came upon the bridge. The air shifted. Birds that were making so much noise before fell silent. The leaves stopped rustling. He removed his cap and placed it over his heart and gently whispered to the stream's edge. "I seek to pass," he said aloud, "with respect and a quiet heart." The waterfall parted, not as water should, but like being drawn, and from it stepped this creature, this being. His fur was dark and rippled with streaks of bark and moss. Its horns spiraled like ancient driftwood, weathered by 1,000 rainfalls. Its eyes, oh, his eyes held so much sorrow, an ancient grief, as if he had seen every joy in the world, only to watch everything fade. Its very presence stirred something in Joseph's chest, an ache, like he was remembering a lullaby that had been sung long, long ago. Joseph did not tremble. He bowed. He bowed low. The watcher of the falls, the legend of the Caibealith. "You are no like the others," the creature said through its mouth, as air circulated. The voice, oh, it just ran through him. It made his bones tremble. "My mother taught me to respect things older and to show love and kindness," Joseph said quietly. The beast began studying him then, his eyes narrowing, and steps began lowering. He lowered his great head, and Joseph happened to reach up his hand, shaking, not for fear, but from awe in what was actually taking place right now. And he placed it upon the creature's brow. His fur was bristly and warm, humming with life, as if the forest lived in between every little hair. And in that touch, Joseph saw something no man ever should. He saw the Caibealith's birth. It was alone, beneath the stars as the first trees mourned. He saw the signs and the sins of mankind, the cutting, the burning, and the breaking. The beast watching, always silent and heartbroken. He saw others who had entered this glen, some kind, many cruel, and the choices that they made. Joseph wept. "I am sorry," he whispered, "for what we have done." The Caibealith blinked slowly. "Then you may pass." "But why let me touch you?" Joseph asked. He replied, "Because you didn't ask to take anything. You just wanted to understand." And with that, the beast turned and disappeared back into the falls, the water closing behind with a hush, like a final breath. Joseph crossed the glen in silence. His soul was forever marked by this meeting. He would go on to live quietly, never speaking of what happened. Not in full, only in fragments. And then he passed it on to his grandchildren, beneath hearth and fire and thunder. But there was only one that was ever passed it to properly. But Joseph carried on, and he would plant trees and take care of the earth. Because, you see, some creatures guard gold. Others, they guard glory. But the greatest guardians of all, they watch over what the world has forgotten. Kindness, love, respect, nature in itself. And they do not care how powerful you are, only how gentle you choose to be and how pure of heart you are. Are you gentle and kind to nature? Or does the Caibealith need to come? I am the Highland scribe, scribe to the stones, to the winds, to the bloodlines that walk unseen. And until the flame flickers yet again, sleep tight, wanderers.